Hello, beautiful people. I welcome you back to my channel once again. I welcome you to the newest edition of news update from the world of football. So I urge you to stay around with me. We are going to look at the WSL awards. In fact, Chelsea dominated the WSL awards. We are going to look at some results from the Europa League, Manchester United and Tottenham, and what happens to the venue if both of them qualify to the finals. Then we are also going to look at some news about Chelsea. Some front of share sponsor finally has signed with Chelsea. We are going to look at that. Then we are also going to look at some results from yesterday's Premier League, Nottingham Forest versus Brentford, what happens, and then how Chelsea benefited from that one. We are going to look at all of that and some other news. Some transfer request has been made by a Chelsea player. We are going to also look at that one. So please stay around with me if you are new to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't hesitate at all. Smack a like button for me. Please smacking the like button will not cost you anything. Meanwhile, it's going a very long way to push this channel forward. So please smack it for me. Also share the link and hit the notification bell. So when this news comes, you'll be among the first to get them. All right. So let's go straight forward. The WSL Awards. Chelsea clinched the WSL title by winning against Manchester United. The other day, they won by 1-0. In fact, Manchester United were very resilient in that match. They played very well. Chelsea were not too good on the day, but then when the opportunity came, they grabbed it and from a corner kick, they scored a goal, won the match 1-0. Chelsea needed just a point to clinch the title after Arsenal lost their game against Aston Villa by 5-2. But then Chelsea did well to grab all the 3 points from that match, and they won the match by 1-0 against Manchester United. And so Chelsea has wrapped up the title, the WSL title, once again for the 6th time running. So Chelsea have been very dominant in England WSL. So at the WSL Awards, Chelsea's Lauren James and Arsenal's Alizia Russo both won the Player of the Year award. In fact, Alizia Russo scored 12 goals in the WSL this season in 19 games, helping Arsenal also to qualify for this season's Women's Champions League. And for their prize for that qualification, they will be squaring up against Barcelona women's, who defeated Chelsea in the semi-final. So for the finals, we are going to have Arsenal women versus Barcelona women in the Champions League final this season. In fact, James, on the other hand, also helped Chelsea to the WSL title. Chelsea have played 20 games so far. They are going undefeated this season. It's remaining only 2 games, and if Chelsea can avoid defeat in the remaining 2 games, it means that Chelsea ladies will be invisibles for the season. They will be undefeated. I think that is the 3rd time in their history. So that is very good on the horizon for the Chelsea ladies. Lauren James scored 3 goals in 9 games. In fact, he had some injury issues throughout the season, but his performances warranted this Player of the Season award. So he won it with Alizia Russo of Arsenal. So that is Lauren James coming from the camp of the WSL. Again, Chelsea also, as earlier indicated, dominated the WSL award, and we have also took home the Club of the Year award, the Club of the Year award for the WSL. So that is the Chelsea ladies there once again. Then one of our players, Chelsea, Aggie Beaver Jones, very young player, has also won the Young Player of the Year award. For our manager or the coach, whatever we call it, Sonia Bompasta in his first season has also won the Manager of the Year. That is in his first season. He has won the Manager of the Year. So those are some awards coming from the camp of the WSL, majority of them going to Chelsea. A quick reminder is that Chelsea also have an FA Cup final to play on the horizon, and if Chelsea can win that FA Cup final, it means that they will be winning the treble this season. So Chelsea did very well this season. I think that in fact they deserve the awards that they have won. Then in another award we have Keira Walsh. He has also won the Inspirational Role Model of the Year. He's also a Chelsea player. Keira Walsh, Inspirational Role Model of the Year. Now, Alexia Putellas of Barcelona won the International Player of the Year. The International Player of the Year for Barcelona player Alexia Putellas. So those are some other awards coming from the camp of the WSL. Now, looking at some other result that came from yesterday games in the Europa League, Manchester United have put one foot in the final of the Europa League, and Casemiro was the one who scored the first goal in the 30th minute. It was assisted by Manuel Ugarte. Then Bruno Fernandes took over. He played a penalty in the 37th minute. Again, in the 45th minute, teed up by Manuel Ugarte again, he scored a second goal to wrap up a brace on the night. So that is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, I don't know what to call him. I think that he's a leader and he's a captain. But then I just don't want to add the third one. The third one is reserved for only John Terry. So he's a leader and he's a captain. That is Bruno Fernandes, doing very well for Manchester United in a very, very poor season. Then for Tottenham, they have also defeated Bodo Glimt by 3-1 at home. So they have also put one foot in the final. It is obvious that this season we are going to have an all-English final that will be played in Spain on the 21st of May, precisely at Bilbao. Manchester United are 14th on the log. Tottenham are 16th on the log. Both of them will be probably be playing in the Europa League final, and the winner from that match is going to qualify for the Champions League. This is the more reason why Chelsea will seriously have to qualify for the Champions League, because last season we were supposed to qualify. We even qualified for the Europa League. When Manchester United played their FA Cup match and won, they overtook us to play in the Europa League and dropped us, relegated us to the Conference League. This season again they are 14th on the log, and they want to repeat the same thing that happened last season and play in the Champions League ahead of us. So we have to do everything possible to qualify this season for the Champions League. Chelsea, I mean. So both teams, very poor during the season, but they might just take the back door and qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Now, UEFA has, however, confirmed that in the case where both teams advance to the next stage of the competition, which is the final, the venue for the final, which is Bilbao, will not be moved. It will remain the same. So that is where the final will be played. The venue will not be moved to England. So that is the news coming from the camp of UEFA. Now, for Chelsea, we have also played in the Conference League, and we have won the match away to Djurgården by 1-4. Sancho scored the first goal in the 13th minute. Then Madueke added one in the 43rd minute. At the end of the first half, before the second half begins, some changes were run by Enzo Maresca, and Nicolas Jackson came in to score a brace for Chelsea. So Chelsea won the match by 4-1 on the night. And let me remind you once again that the final for that Conference League will also be played on the 28th of May, Wednesday, 28th of May. So just save the date for that. We already have 1.5 foot in the final, so save the date for that one. Now, in the English Premier League, there was a match yesterday. It was Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Nottingham Forest have performed very well this season. especially with their defense. And so they have been in these Champions League positions throughout the season. But then over the weekend, they have dropped to the number 6 on the log. Chelsea are 5th currently on the log. They played against Brentford, and Brentford defeated them at home by 2-0. Kevin Shade was the one who scored the first goal from a defensive blunder in the 44th minute. Then Yohan Wissa, again from a defensive blunder, scored the second goal in the 70th minute to win the match for Brentford. Now, Chelsea, both Chelsea and Nottingham Forest remain on 60 points, but Chelsea is ahead of Nottingham Forest by goal difference. So that is what differentiates both teams over there. In another news, Chelsea have announced a new front of shirt sponsor. I think this is quite embarrassing. Only how many games remaining for the season to end? I think 6 probably. 6 games remaining for the season to end, because we played one match yesterday. So the next second leg in the Conference League on Thursday, then additional 4 Premier League games, and then we'll also probably play in the final. So 6 games remaining, and Chelsea have announced a new front of shirt sponsor. It is Damac Properties. In fact, this front of shirt sponsor is only for the temporary, and it will end at the end of the Premier League season, and that is a Conference League final, probably Conference League final, because the deal actually excludes the Club World Cup matches, and so at the end of the UEFA Conference League final, that deal will end, and so we'll be looking for a new front of shirt sponsor for the next season and beyond. Those of you who watched the game yesterday might have seen the mark on our front of shirt. Those of you who watched the WSL game also against Manchester United might have also seen that one. So that is some news coming from the camp of Chelsea. I don't know. I think it is a good news. I will have to call it good news. All right. So, in another news, Christopher Nkunku has asked to leave the club at the end of the season. We all know it was coming. On this channel, I mentioned it some time ago that it is coming, that Christopher Nkunku will leave the club. I think he has not fit into Enzo Maresca's plans, and so the best thing for the two parties, Christopher Nkunku and the club, is to part ways. And now news coming from the camp of Chelsea indicate that the player has asked to leave, and some clubs in England and in Europe are interested. Arsenal has been mentioned, and Bayern Munich has also been mentioned. They have actually inquired about the player in the January transfer window, so he will probably leave. And the time frame is between January 1st to January 10th, because that will be a brief window to cater for the Club World Cup coming. So it will close on the January 10th. So Christopher Nkunku is expected to secure a move within that period. Now, for Christopher Nkunku, how many games has he played? Has he done well? How did he perform this season? In fact, in the Conference League, he played 9 matches. 9 matches. He started 7 of them, scored 5 goals, and had 3 assists. Then in the Premier League, he played 27 matches, starting only 9. That is 1/3 of it. Started only 9 of them, scoring 3 goals in the process, and assisting a further 2 in the EFL Cup. He played 2 and started both of them, scored 3 goals in the EFL Cup. Assist is 0. For the FA Cup, he played a total of 2, started both of them, scored 1 goal, and assist is 0. So in total for Christopher Nkunku this season, he has played 40 games, starting 20, a half of it, scoring 12 goals and assisting a further 5. That is 17 goal contributions. I don't think it is bad at all for Christopher Nkunku, and I fear very much because Chelsea have let go some players in the past, and they've come back to hunt them. We have Mo Salah is one example. Then Kevin De Bruyne is also another example. And so we have to be very careful how we deal with this issue over here. I think Christopher Nkunku is a very good player on any day. And so we have to deal with it cautiously. So that is the latest news coming from the camp of Chelsea. Now, this is the first of 2 uploads today. So be expecting a second upload that will look at the Premier League predictions. Last week I predicted the Premier League matches and got almost all of them. I think I even got the Manchester United one spot on. All the wins I predicted came through. And so this weekend also I'll be predicting the matches. Games will be starting today, Friday Night Football, and so your video will be uploaded today. Till I see you in the next video, stay blessed and bye for now.